The Roman Empire is the cradle of civilization, which swept the world with the sword and the word, creating a pantheon of gods, sacred rituals and cults that awaken fear, awe, and hope. In its stone cities, the hum of prayers resounded, altars blazed, and in the deep underground halls, mysterious brotherhoods turned to the gods who ruled the world and the destinies of mortals. We still feel the echo of these cults that could change the course of history. By the way, if you are interested in such topics, be sure to support the channel with a like and subscription. Even before the appearance of secret cults, the basis of the religious life of Rome was the traditional pantheon of gods, many of which were borrowed from the Greeks. Jupiter, the almighty lord of the sky; Mars, the formidable god of war; Venus, the goddess of love; Minerva, the patroness of wisdom; Neptune, the lord of the seas. The Greek Zeus, Ares, Aphrodite, Athena, and Poseidon had their counterparts in the Roman pantheon, but the Romans gave them a more practical, statesmanlike function. Every citizen performed rituals for household gods, the Lares and Penates, and in the temples, priests offered sacrifices for the well-being of the city and the empire. But over time, as Rome expanded its borders, it began to embrace new, exotic cults that began to change the spiritual landscape of the empire. It was a cult that transformed rulers into immortals. When Rome conquered the world, it not only destroyed old kingdoms, but also created a new faith, the belief in the divinity of the emperor. Octavian Augustus, Tiberius, Diocletian, they didn't just rule, they received sacrifices as gods. In the grand temples, senators and priests bowed their heads before their statues, and throughout the empire, citizens lit incense in their honor. Loyalty to the emperor meant loyalty to the Roman Empire itself. In underground sanctuaries hidden from the eyes of the crowd, initiates into the cult of Mithras underwent trials to earn a place among the chosen ones. Mithras is the god of light and justice, the conqueror of darkness, whose blood, shed in sacrifice, gave life to all living things. Legionnaires, officers, rulers, they revered Mithras as a symbol of honor and steadfastness. Their rituals were secret, and their faith was unshakable. Does this not remind you of Christianity, which would later absorb the empire? Coming from Egypt, the cult of Isis captured the imagination of the Romans with its magic and promises of immortality. This goddess, the wife of the resurrected Osiris, was the patroness of motherhood, sailors, and the secrets of the afterlife. Her temple stood in the center of Rome. Her sacred processions were stunning in their splendor. Isis did not demand blood, she gave hope for eternal life. Her cult was so powerful that even early Christian images of Mary resemble ancient statues of Isis with the infant Horus in her arms. Wine, dancing, singing, frantic worship of the god Dionysus, or Bacchus. It was not just a holiday, but a departure from reality. Bacchanalia were at first secret, accessible only to initiates, but later they acquired a scale that frightened the Senate. Orgies, mystical rituals, ecstatic visions. Roman aristocrats feared that this cult was undermining traditional foundations. In 186 BC they tried to ban it, but Bacchus was immortal. His cult survived the bans and found echoes in later religions. A deity who came from Asia Minor, Cybele, or the Great Mother, was considered the mistress of life and death. Her priests, the Gauls, would ecstatically castrate themselves in her honor, demonstrating their absolute devotion to the goddess. Her sacred stones guarded Rome, and her rituals included wild dancing and the sounds of flutes and drums. The Emperor Claudius himself legalized her cult, and in the 4th century, even when Christianity became the official religion, Cybele's influence did not immediately disappear. It lived on in folk beliefs for many more centuries. Of all the religions that fought for a place in the Roman Empire, it was Christianity that became the force that forever changed history. Its followers were persecuted, but they did not give up. Its message of salvation and equality before God destroyed traditional social structures. When Constantine the Great declared Christianity the state religion, a new stage in the development of Europe began, and the old cults sank into the shadows. Rome fell, but the spirit of its religions did not disappear. Christianity borrowed many symbols and traditions from its former competitors. Even today we celebrate Christmas on December 25th, the birthday of the invincible Sun, who was revered in the Empire. We see images of the Great Mother in Christian saints, and echoes of the Mithraic mysteries in initiation rites. And what do you think about the influence of ancient cults on the modern world? Write your opinion in the comments.